Morning all. So it's absolutely throwing it down, and I got up late, which is weird because my concept of getting up late is now on the order of 8 a.m. So yeah, really need to start setting that alarm and getting a slightly earlier night. But I did have a very busy day yesterday, so there's a lot of travelling. I didn't manage to put out a fantastic video yesterday. It was more testing out the new camera, and this is another test based on the best, non-fisheye resolution I could find on the camera, which is still 1080p. Maybe at some point I shall do an experimental 4K video, but wow, it has been raining all night and it's very muddy out here. So as I was walking to the woods, the incredibly long 5-minute wander from my house, I was thinking, so I could have given myself permission again to just not make a video. Could have not made a video, could have just done a little piece to camera. I've got some Harlequin footage, but yeah. So I thought I'd take a quick wander out and talk about discomfort. Now, me and discomfort go back a long way, so I'm not really having to overcome the hump of, oh, I don't want to. And if you weren't filming, if you're doing the whole urban agoge thing and you're not filming your progress, then today's a rest day, according to the Army Fitness Guide. So it doesn't really matter. You could just go, right, no, today is not the day. And if you could see the rain, we are in Manchester after all, if you could see the rain, then you could understand. You just go, no, it's a rest day, don't have to do now. But I don't want you to have to do a day without urban agoge. Everybody's been pretty generous, and that's a very cool thing. So yeah, so me and discomfort. So I have been for the last 15 years heavily into bushcraft, and if you want to bushcraft in the UK, you get very, very quickly used to discomfort and being wet and hiking and being exhausted and stuff like that. And after I was into bushcraft, I went sailing a few times, and they were fairly long voyages. Unfortunately, fortunately for me, that was also pretty uncomfortable for most of the time, but with lots of payoff. If you go bushcrafting, you get the payoff of being out in nature like we are now, and it doesn't really matter after a while, after you learn how to cope with being wet and lighting a fire when it's raining and preparing for it and understanding that it could well rain and you could get wet and you could well be uncomfortable. You just get on with it. And the same with sailing. With sailing it's even worse, because if you're out at sea and the weather's bad, you just don't get any choice. So yeah. Now I apologise if the video quality drops off, because I'm noticing one slight flaw with the new camera, in that it does get a little bit warm if you leave it running. So that I can see a bit of steam inside the waterproof enclosure. I'm certainly not bringing an expensive camera out into the woods while it's raining without its enclosure, but we'll see when we get back. So yeah, people have this, amazing need to avoid all possible discomfort. And yeah, a lot of things have been invented to prevent humans from having to do incredible levels of discomfort. They don't like it. They'll go to great lengths to avoid it. And yeah, how deadly are you going to be if you've always avoided discomfort? How capable are you going to be? Are you going to fall over the second it starts raining? Is that where you're going to draw the line? I mean, fair enough, I was going to go for a run this morning, but you know, I can certainly put off the run, but I don't really want to put off the getting any exercise thing. You know, and exercise is not going to work, although I will be doing that later. It's doing something of your choosing that gets you out and gets your heart going. You know, fair enough, you might get a bit wet, but really, what is gonna, you know, it's not going to kill you. A summer rain shower is not going to put you in any danger. So yeah, there are plenty of people I know that wouldn't even consider going out for a quick walk. You know, and I'm only going out for about 20 minutes, just for a little bit of a wander. But I do want to, you know, I do want to get some footage to you today. And I think the trick with discomfort is making it a very small amount of discomfort initially. You know, build up your tolerance to, you know, things not going your way. Build up your tolerance to being out in the rain. A very wise man once said, there's no such thing as bad weather, there's only bad packing. So, you know, get yourself a waterproof jacket, get yourself a waterproof camera case. You know, they generally come free with action cameras. That's what I'm using now. So yeah, so it's no bad thing to have a higher tolerance for discomfort. And you'll find that it gives you the edge in all sorts of things. You know, you can't stop the weather, really. Or if you can, you need to let me know. We need our weather control, Ray, but I don't think there is such a thing. So where you live is the weather you have. You know, in some places, you know, a sudden rainstorm can be catastrophic. You know, places like California, where it doesn't rain hard very often, you get a lot of crashes because people don't know where the windshield wiper button is. We used to. So yeah, it's all about increasing your tolerances. It's like exercising muscles. You know, you don't really want to exercise muscles. You don't really want to push them hard. You don't really want to feel the ache in your legs after you've been for a run. Probably not. But it makes you stronger. It definitely makes you psychologically stronger to put up with an incredible amount of bad weather and an understanding of soldiering through. Because, you know, do you really want a little bit of rain to depress you? You know, there's things to be depressed about in the world. But, you know, we're on hero training. Go out for a walk in the rain. It's not exactly a big deal. You know, it's building up your tolerance. It's, you know, you go for a walk in the rain in the summer when it's not going to happen all that often, and then when it gets colder, as winter comes around, as Harlequin's finding out, a bit of discomfort is good for the soul. Don't fear it, embrace it. Embrace the suck. You know, this tolerance of things that you might not especially want to do allows you to overcome the first stages of doing them. You know, so if you make a pact that you're going to at least go outside no matter what the weather is, you know, you'll learn to appreciate good weather, and B, your definition of bad weather and an environment that you don't want to go out with will completely change. So I don't know, there's a lot of mist in the waterproof enclosure, so I don't know how well the video is going to come out. It may well be that for rainy days I have to go back to the other action camera, but we'll see. So the gimbal is ordered and I've got a delivery date of Friday next week. and the gimbal definitely won't be coming out in this kind of weather. You know, the gimbal does not need to learn how to deal with discomfort. The gimbal is there so we can shoot some really nice stuff and get you some great video footage, because I want this channel to evolve. You know, I want to include things like Skype chats with people that are doing the Urbanagogi program or have something to say. I want podcasts. You know, it would be nice to have interesting intro sequences. But yeah, so don't fear discomfort is what I'm saying. And this is going to be a fairly short video. I'm going to stop it here because I think I've said about everything I need to say. But thank you. We're up to 670 odd views over the life of the channel so far, and over 6,000 watch time minutes. Please do spread the word. Please watch the videos all the way to the end. Like and subscribe. Do your thing. And we'll see this channel thrive. We'll see what changes we can make to an ordinary human being. But for now, thanks for watching. Do take care.
That was 10 minutes high intensity. It was day 3, week 7 I think. Don't know for sure. You'll have to go and read the book. Can't remember what days. I think it's the 6th of June. If that's helpful. So yeah, try to get all of it on hills, all the run-ups on all the little hills around here. So just trying to push that a little bit harder, get speed up the hills rather than slowing down when you get to them. So we get this good little combination with the high intensity stuff. So yeah, it's 1 minute running, 1 minute sort of, it's 1 minute hard, running as hard as you can, 1 minute sort of cool down. Yeah, just came up and went along, went down, came back up, walked down, ran around the tree, came back up. Certainly a lot less, I was, you know, pushing because it was running as fast as you can. You know, you've only got a minute to run in, but nothing much harder than that. You know, 10 minutes, only which of 5 of which is you actually running is all right. You know, you can put a bit more effort into it, which is probably why it works for you better, because you put a lot more effort into it. High intensity training, there were studies done going back years now, lots of studies have been done proving that high intensity working out, high intensity training and running, and all cardiovascular work, it works a megaton better than just conventional running in terms of improving your aerobic capability, which is what it's all about. So yeah, just a short one today. Got it to bed on time, had to go and clean and then started work an hour early, or an hour early, 45 minutes early to do some cleaning. Extra MD on. But yeah, so yeah, going to bed earlier certainly does help with getting up earlier. Magically, anyone would think that was obvious. Yeah, right then. Home again, jiggity jig. Or as my friend James used to like to say, home James and don't spare the horses. It's quite a cruel thing to say to horses, but anyway, shouldn't flog your horses, it's not nice one. And yeah, go for a run or a walk, or do some circuit training. Circuit training will be on Saturday for me. Have fun until then. Ta-ra!